What's good, family? It's your boy Z to the EO, back again. Ride with your mans, baby. I be more. And we're back on the road with another one. You know, this time I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about the marriage truth. You know, I'm about truth. We're gonna talk about the truth of marriage today, man. You know, a lot of these pastors haven't really been telling y'all about it because, as we're gonna get into, you know, they part of it. You know what I'm saying? You see, this whole web. I call it a web because the web is something that entangles, connects, and entangles. So this is a web that we in. You know, the World Wide Web. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I say the World Wide Web, I mean that when it comes to these different factions, like the religious organization, religious industry, the courtroom organization, the judicial system, you know, when it comes to all of that, they all working together one way or another. So when it comes to marriage, if you really want to break it down, what marriage is, first I'm gonna tell you what they have made marriage into being. Right now, marriage has been made into being a condition where two parties get together, pay the pastor and the religious organization to fund your program, and then go and file your program with the judicial system. So the judicial system is gonna make money off of you, and the religious organization is gonna make money off of you. Whether you getting married or you being divorced. If you check the statistics, these are some of the highest court cases in the world. You know what I'm saying? Highest in the world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's more people that's been washed behind this and lost everything behind this than any other judicial situation. Marriage and divorce is the most deadly of them all, you know. Probably the close second is outstanding auto loans and interest. That's probably second behind it, but divorce got it. Because divorce, all that stuff fall up under divorce. All that stuff get filed and moved from hand to hand through divorce. So basically what I'm trying to say is, you know, to get married, you pay religious people, you pay judicial people. Get mad at the person that you married to because you following the model of marriage that you see on TV. Everybody who I see engaging in courtship is following the ritual they see on TV, right? Let's start from the beginning, right? Guy bumps into the girl at school, boom, books fall. He helps her with the books. He says, no, I got it. She says, no, I got it. All this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They look into each other's eyes. And then from then on, and all that bullshit. And then people fall for that. You know, there's modern ways of doing it, but it's the same thing. This is the same thing you follow. Then y'all get to eat together, and then the sex drugs get to raging. And you can't stay away from her. And she can't stay away from you. And you found somebody that understands you. And she found somebody that understands her. And it's y'all against the world. And then the sex drugs wear off. And then you get into an argument. And then you see that she's not the delicate flower that you thought she was. And then she sees that he's nothing but a drunk that wants to sit up and play PlayStation all day. And then I don't like your life, really. And I don't like your life, really. You know what? I don't want to be in this relationship no more. I divorced you. And now, this is the point the judicial system been waiting for. You see, now, they were sitting there with their eyes glued to their watch, waiting on this to happen. Because they knew when y'all dumbasses came down there that y'all was playing and y'all was following, you know, the template of what a relationship should be according to what you've seen on TV. In conjunction, in accordance to what your parents have been doing, which they seen their parents do, which they seen on TV. So at the end of the day, the marriage life you living, all the way down to jumping over the broomstick, wearing a big white gown, having this huge cake, smearing cake on the other person's face, throwing back the bouquet. All this stuff is traditional. This is traditional. None of this stuff is biblical at all. So for the people who understand and they looking at their life for what it is and they understand where the Bible coming from, they know none of that stuff is biblical. So a term which is marriage, which is from the biblical text, it originate from the biblical text. So the goal of all of this is really for people to turn their lip up at marriage. And it's working because marriage has been presented to people in a certain appealing way that people are following only to their doom. You know, because the parameters that's set between a man and a woman under the current model of what marriage should be right now is bound to fail. It's bound to fail. It's not gonna mix. We got two different human beings with two completely different fingerprints in life. You know what I'm saying? They exist different from each other. You know, one person might like it cool at night when they go to sleep. One person might like it hot when they go to sleep. You know? So one person might be on a diet, so they're eating a different food. One person might not care about their diet. They might be fat and be eating order McDonald's constantly or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is to mix somebody's life with your life is a difficult task anyway, if not one of the most difficult tasks in existence. What's more difficult than getting two eternal beings, whether they know it or not, two eternal beings to mix with each other and be willing to spend eternity with each other? And got that much alike. And they like, you know what? I can do this forever. So the point what I'm trying to say is that the whole romantic love thing is some bullshit. It's been some bullshit from the day one, and all it does is put us poor people, because I'm blue collar like a motherfucker. I'm just saying. I'm just talking shit, man, but they put us poor people in a situation to pay rich people. And that's what marriage does. So I'm gonna give y'all what marriage really is supposed to be. And biblically speaking, marriage is supposed to be about the person whose breasts satisfy thee. You understand what I'm saying, fellas? Whose breasts satisfy thee. You see, you following the mold that the world taught you. That you need to get with a girl and I need to marry the person who I went to my high school prom with. And this type of shit. Y'all trying to make that shit work. Do y'all remember that movie Cinderella? I know y'all remember that shit because y'all following the motherfucking mold. All y'all want to be Prince Charming, and all you females on the side want to be the chick with the glass slipper. You feel me? So this y'all saw the movie. So I'm gonna tell y'all where I'm coming from. Remember the part when her sister Drusilla and them was trying to put their foot in his shoe? You know what I'm saying? This is what a lot of people is trying to do with their relationships right now. And they're trying to make their relationship fit into that glass slipper mold that they foot too big for it. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get a glass slipper to fit your foot. Relationships being the foot. You know what I'm saying? If you got a huge, big relationship, you can't put a relationship in a small space like that. Why would you want to? Why would you feel like it works? But remember the other sister did. The one sister couldn't get her foot in it at all. But the other sister tried and stuffed her foot in it. And she like, it fits. Remember that shit? Like, and this is what a lot of people do with their relationship. And people taking pictures. And you go in their house and they got pictures on the mantle. And it's a dog and it's them. And they got their foot in that glass slipper like it fits. And that's bullshit. It's bound to fail. So where I really been coming from getting at is to tell you that all marriage is about is who gonna satisfy you sexually. That's all it's about. It ain't about moving in together. It ain't about riding off into the sunset together. It ain't about sharing bills. It ain't about mixing up bank accounts. It ain't about living in the same house. It's not about sharing the same bed. All of that is a Cinderella mode that you follow, and that's the problem. You see, people think marriage is a one-size-fit-all. It's not a one-size-fit-all. What goes for me is not going to go for the next man. For example, it's a difference between a big relationship and a small relationship. We got two bums that sleep on the viaduct at night. That's a small relationship. There's not many requirements that need to be met. Because she don't got to meet many requirements. He don't got to meet many requirements. Not much expected of her. Not much expected of him. Small relationship. Now imagine Donald Trump, I'm just throwing random names, and Oprah Winfrey getting married. Now that's a big relationship. You see what I'm saying? Meaning that the shoe that they're gonna have to choose to fit for them is gonna have to be a bigger shoe than the two bums in the viaduct gonna need to fit them to make it work. You see what I'm saying? So it's not gonna work like that. All that stuff needs to be taken into consideration if you're using the Cinderella model. But if you're using the model, the biblical model, what it's really about, who you supposed to marry is the person who you burn it in lust after. Let me say that again. The person who you supposed to marry is the person who you are burning in lust after. Now you're not asking this person to come move in with me, come be my everything, come share your bills with me. You're not asking that person to do that. You're just saying that in the eyes of God, you want to be able to do all the nasty shit that you want to do with this person right here, God, legally. And God give you the green light. And y'all can go to the freak store and you can do all that nasty shit that you want to do. Like I was telling y'all in the last video. Y'all nasty, man. We all nasty. Everybody want to do some nasty shit. If you got working sex organs, meaning that you still in the game, you still prime. Now for the people who had their children already, who live their life, you already know sex a young man game anyway. So a man 65 years old shouldn't even be trying to bust a nut. That's like a mini heart attack anyway, ain't it, fellas? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even be trying to go there. But the older people know that. For the people who young and still got working fertile sex organs, you're going to be trying to use them, period. Period. The whole point of you going to the club tonight and you dressing up tonight and him get his rims and car wash tonight and her sitting in the 2 hours putting makeup on tonight is so that at the end of the night, hopefully, you can do that nasty shit you wanted to do. So this is what when you marrying somebody, this is what the conversation need to be about. I'm not asking you to move in with me. I'm asking for us to become into a union where I can do all the nasty shit I want to do and don't feel like I'm finna get in trouble with God about it. That's what it's about. Now, if you're an atheist, which is a person, we already know what an atheist is. An atheist is a person who don't like the good and evil. So if you look at an atheist's argument, his argument is not against if God exists, because they know it's not adding up scientifically. But they gripe is against right and wrong. They don't feel like God can tell them what's right and what's wrong. So the atheists don't live by a certain guideline. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hold them to the standards that you can hold an honest man. You know. So pretty much to give you an example, a woman could put the guilt trip on an honest man about him cheating in a relationship because he's an honest man. He not that type of dude to do that. You know, and he not doing it just because of her, but she'll use that guilt on his honesty. So what I'm trying to say is that won't work on somebody who not living by them parameters anyway. He don't live by a certain line, so you can't tell him nothing. And it's nothing that he gonna hold himself to anyway. If he feel like he want to do it right, now it's right. That's the difference between a believer and an atheist. A believer believes that it's a difference between good and evil. He got an obligation to choose it. This is what a believer believes. It's not about seeing flying saucers and magical displays of brilliance in the sky. It's not about that. We down here to figure out good and evil. This is what it's about. You know, I'm all off into good and evil, but all this tie into the web. You know, because this is what it's all about. You know, and to stick to the script, like I was saying, the person who you about to be with and deal with, now you still gonna live your own life. You need to live your own life. Everybody's required to live their own life. Just like this, when Adam was cursed, and the ground was cursed, and Adam had to work to the sweat of his brow, that means Eve too. Now, under the current Cinderella model of marriage, that's telling you that under holy matrimony, you submit to her, and then you pay for everything, and she live up under you. And you pay for everything. She don't have to go out and toil the ground no more. She don't have to sweat to her brow. she get relieved of that when she get married to you. Now, can you see how this Cinderella fantasy is crumbling? The Most High never said that you both be living together. This is why living together ain't right. It ain't right. The Most High never said do it. And the problems you get because of it is because you decided to do it. This is why. Not because he told you to do it, not because it's a requirement. When you married to somebody, it's not a requirement for you to live with them. This is not a requirement. That's a Cinderella model belief. And it's the truth. The person that you deal with don't even need to live in the same continent as you. Now that depends on how, on each person, and to each his own, on their sexual taste and the regularity of their behavior. Now, if we got person A, and they only need it one time a year, let me just say this to get it clear. Marriage is not for holy people. Marriage is for people burning in lust. Let me say that again for y'all people who don't understand where I'm coming from. Marriage is not for people on the holy road. Marriage is for people that's burning in lust. Because when you burning in lust, you telling God, like, this is what you saying when you get married. God, I know that you don't want me to, be using the temple of the Holy Spirit like this. I know you don't want me to be doing certain things. But that girl right there, Lord, I'm hitting that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, God, but I'm hitting that. You know what I'm saying? And I want it, and this is what it means. You know what I'm saying? So you can't make God with 100. And he said, all right, go ahead and have her. Y'all two, go to Cirilla's or whatever freak store y'all about to go to. They even call it the freak store Adam and Eve. Have y'all noticed that shit? Anyway, y'all go to Adam and Eve and get all the whips and chains and shit and whatever it is y'all want to do. And the Lord said he cool. He said the marriage bed is undefiled. So that means no matter what y'all do between y'all, because the one you chose, you came into me 100 and said, Lord, I'm burning in lust against her. I want to do this. The Lord said, all right, do that. Y'all two be married. Boom. That's supposed to be the end. Now, if you come back and be like, God, I know I said old girl, and you done went over there and took advantage of old girl, got all the goodies, everything, left a crime scene over there. You feel me? Now you coming back to God saying that wasn't the one. After you ate the Happy Meal, though, you returning it back to the store saying, I don't want this. I want that one now. So it's to the point where so many people got so many returned Happy Meals, if I'm using that example. You got 1,000 returned Happy Meals. So the Lord looking at you like, what can you be but an adulterer? What can you be but a fornicator? All these sandwiches got brought back for you, and you got an excuse saying that the last one wasn't good enough, and then the last one wasn't good enough, and then the last one wasn't good enough. You see what I'm saying? Can you see how that's logic? Can you see how the Most High looking at that? You know what I'm saying? If you gonna have sex with somebody, find the one that's, fellas, when you searching the pornos, or when you going to the strip club to watch them bitches shake on that pole, marry her. I'm not saying marry a chick off the pole. That's not where I'm coming from. I'm saying the chick that's going to, whose breast is going to satisfy thee. This is the point I was trying to make. Find that chick. So once you done found her, deal with her. And that don't mean you have to live in the house with her. That don't mean y'all gotta combine y'all bills. That don't mean none of that. That mean that you told God that I'm burning in lust. This who I'm gonna get all that nasty shit out on. And God said, cool, put his seal on it, and said he was good with it. So you can do that for the rest of your life and not have to worry about judgment or hellfire or any of the things that we think about in the back of our mind and we don't tell people. Because regardless whether a nigga atheist or whether he is somebody who a believer, he thinking about this regardless. He don't know what's gonna happen. You reminded every day when you wake up in the morning. You don't know how long you've been asleep. You know what I'm saying? You reminded every day about this, and it's going through people's head regardless of what people say. The web is linked, people. All this stuff means something. But the marriage bed is for people burning in lust, people. We all burning in lust, dude. I'm admit it. I'm burning in lust, dude. I'm burning in lust. So I'm gonna have to make a decision. I'm gonna have to keep turning in sandwiches to God and saying, well, look, I know I ate that Whopper. I know ain't nothing left of it, but I need another one because that wasn't the one I needed for me. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, it's getting rude when a God's merciful enough and reasonable enough to give you that opportunity and say, he understands the man's sexual desire. He know what you want to do to that woman, dude. He know everything. He know, woman, what you want to do to that man. Y'all be burning in lust too. It's to the point women wear it on their head like lust, like men do too. They starting to do it more, and it's manifesting itself in catcalling and that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when women get mad about it, and you know, I'm gonna have to address the feminists on that because it's getting to the point now where you can't even really talk to a woman now because everything is considered catcalling, and they trying to make that illegal. So, you know, average courtship is going to be over with in a minute, according to these laws they doing, but that's worth a whole nother video in itself. You know, but you know, I can't stress it enough, people. Marriage is for sinning people burning in lust. Marriage is not for holy people following God. I'm gonna tell you straight up what it is. The pastor not gonna tell you that. But the Lord, you still can follow God and be married, but you just acknowledge the lust situation. That's all. You didn't clear that off your record. You went up there and cleared it with the Most High, and it's clear with the one. See, a lot of people, this was going on. A lot of people get into relationships with people. Now, the act of sex itself is good enough that it don't really matter what the person look like for you to enjoy yourself. I mean, let's be 1,000. You know, we being 1,000 now. Let's be 1,000. They really don't have to look everything. Everything ought to be perfect. You gotta have fun with a motherfucker that don't look like nothing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know. So that ain't what it's about. It's about you finding. Oh yeah, the point I was going. Excuse me, I'm tripping on my words. There's so many points. Gotta make it right. You know what I'm saying? But the point I was trying to say is that you need to tell this person that you with all this nasty shit that you want to do. So when guys call girls and call up these women, they be honest with the call girl. That's the point I was trying to make. And the Cinderella came back. And the Cinderella model, they telling you to marry your high school sweetheart. But the lust in you might not be you might not even be able to tell their high school. You know, you can't tell everybody everything. You know, some people you can get into the nitty-gritty with them and tell them like, dog, I was turning this shit over like this, like that, woo, and then you get around your brother, you know, or your cousin or whoever it is that you feel like that way about, and you can't say it the same way as you really would say it. People, it's that same thing apply in relationships. Y'all get my drift. Because you'll be with somebody just because of the fact that y'all can have sex and pretend you enjoying it, and you will enjoy it, you know. But that's not the lust, though. It's not being addressed through this person. Now, that might be your high school sweetheart. Everybody saying y'all look good together. Everybody saying y'all make a great couple. But in the back of your mind, you know, she don't have the kind of body that's gonna make you do A and B. You know what I'm saying? So you can get into this relationship and give her some final vows and some promises, but they're not gonna see through because it was a lie from the beginning, because you told her something that felt good for her. And women doing the same thing to men. I danced around that to make that point. Oh, my fault. Dropped my damn shit. I danced around that to make that point. But the fact still remains is that women to get with a guy she know he don't. Some women might need, you know, a leprechaun in a Kobe Bryant jersey, and she like, you know, yeah, I just like them leprechauns in that Kobe Bryant jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made that shit up. I'm just saying. But this is how serious people's lust and desires are. They are very different. You know, you can't think everybody is vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not. I'm not trying to be nasty in this video, people. I'm just trying to tell you what your pastor ain't told you. I'm trying to talk about this fact and this situation need to be addressed the way it needs to be addressed, instead of, coming all sideways with it, trying to be politically correct with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you the way it need to be addressed. Every woman want to dress up in some freaky lingerie with the ass out and walk around and paint her toenails and all that shit. We want to see her walk around and do that shit. Y'all know, man. I don't gotta tell y'all about all of this. Y'all know what we want to do, and everybody want to do it. So what I'm trying to say is, the person you need to seek as a partner is not your high school sweetheart. It's not the woman who you can't tell all this nasty shit you need to get out of you to. The woman who you can tell that to, and she looking at that and she saying, well, I can be that for you. And y'all take that to God. You like, God, this is what I said I wanted. She saying she can be that for me. We saying we gonna do this. God saying, all right, he already let you know he cool with that. If that's how y'all gonna play it, it's better for you to marry than to burn. Did it not say that? So marriage is not about financial responsibility. The courthouse, circling all the way back to the beginning of the video, the courthouse judicial system and the religious institutions should not have nothing to do with who you are burning in lust after, to where you need to take this person to God and tell them, can I be legit with this? That's what marriage is, people. That's what it is. And I probably could have summed that up in a few minutes, but y'all know I'll be freestyling, so I'll be trying to remember at the same time, and not forget nothing, try to cover the base. And then every time a video go off, it'd be a real nice point. I'd be wishing I would have said, like, can't do a whole nother video about it, but I don't want to forget the point, But y'all kind of get the gist of where I'm seeing it from, Marriage ain't about financial responsibility, people. Every man got to till the ground for himself. Every woman got to till the ground for herself. We got to work to the sweat of our brow. I'm about to do it right now. We all got to do it. It's about the lust, people. You address that, find what it is, find the model the closest you can get to it, and see if she willing to agree with you on these terms. Y'all got to be together forever. Now, another thing I'm going to throw into on this. I'm supposed to have a scripture ready for you, and I don't. But I'm sure one of y'all can put it in there if you know. It was one woman in the Bible, she stepped out on her husband. And she did something, but her husband eventually got back with her, and he went back with her again. They slept together again, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it was showing how, regardless of even if she committed adultery, he's still sanctified. You understand? So, just because you and this woman married and she go commit adultery on you, that don't mean you go commit adultery on him, and then now you're both of y'all adulterers. You don't supposed to do that. Even if she go commit adultery and go sleep with that guy, that don't really got nothing to do with the union you said, because she's still gonna supply you what you need. Now, I'm not saying go get you a bitch off the pole who's gonna bring you back all kind of diseases. The game is dirty. We already talked about this. You know what I'm saying? But be with the one you're supposed to be with, people. And that's the one who you lust after. It's not about love, people. Marriage is not about love. It's never been. Marriage is about lust. And this is what the pastor lying to you about, because he's telling you it's about love. It got nothing to do with love, people. Maybe I'll do a part 2. I'll holler at y'all.